Hello, and thank you so much for watching. My name is Mark Hassoun. I'm a senior solution engineer at Anomali, and today I'll walk you through our Anomali security analytics platform. So you might know Anomali as threat intelligence platform, but we actually entered the security analytics market a long time ago. And the reason behind this is that a lot of solutions that's offered in the market are facing a lot of challenges, and we wanted to cover this gap. So what you might find in the market, couple of legacy SIEM solutions that running on legacy on-premises infrastructure. They are offering slow searches, low logs retention as a period, and they cannot scale simply up to your requirements. But you also can find XDR solutions, and those are running efficiently in the cloud, but the problem is they are locked into the vendor. It means they cannot give you 360 visibility into what might going on inside your environment. That's why we built Anomali Security Analytics as a cloud-native SaaS offering running in the cloud. And Anomali can run fast searches, so we can search billions of logs every second. We offer really long retention for the logs, so we can go back years in data, and all the logs are hot, so they don't need to be restored before they are available for searches. Not to mention that you will unlock all the threat intelligence platform capability with security analytics. So we still serve as the largest repository for the IOCs, so you can add billions of IOCs to the platform. We understand the threat models, so we know who's behind the IOC, who's the threat actor, is it part of any campaign, which malware had been used, did they exploit any vulnerability, all of that will be available. Not to mention that we can do retrospective searches and go back years to find out when was the first connection made to this malicious IP and who is the patient zero. So let me walk you through Anomali Security Analytics as a platform, and we can start with the architecture overview. So we built Anomali Security Analytics as a cloud-native SaaS offering running on AWS. So we live where AWS lives, and we can support multiple deployment. So if you are a customer that running on premises, we can onboard you to Anomali Security Analytics. If you run fully in the cloud, we can still onboard you to us. And if you run hybrid deployment, on-premises and cloud, we can still onboard you. So if the whole workload is on-premises, we can leverage Anomali proprietary collectors or any third-party collectors like NXLog or Cribble, and we can onboard your log sources to our S3 bucket. Then we can take care of parsing and normalizing those logs for you. And if you run cloud services, we can do cloud-to-cloud collection and onboard the logs from your cloud services. And if you have any workload hosted in private clouds, we can onboard the logs from the Microsoft Azure or AWS or Google GCP. Our platform is multi-tenant and support role-based access. With the multi-tenancy and RBAC capabilities, we are a perfect fit for our MSSP partners. And also we are a perfect fit for customers that onboarding logs from multiple geolocations, branches, or subsidiaries, and they want to segregate the access per department or per geolocations, or still get 360 visibility to all the logs coming from everywhere. And we can meet those requirements on the platform with the multi-tenancy and the RBAC capability. And for the logs onboarding, it's made very easy. So we have built an app store on the platform where we can select what kind of log sources you want to add to the platform. Is it on-premises log sources? Is it cloud-to-cloud log sources? Or is it cloud-hosted log sources? Or what you have to do is select which vendor you want to onboard to our systems. Then we can enter the prerequisites required for onboarding those logs. Then we'll take care of shipping those logs to S3 buckets on AWS, normalizing and parsing those logs, and save them on our data lake. We support extensive library of list of use cases that comes out of the box, and those can be signature-based use cases and behavioral-based use cases. And we analyze all your endpoint traffic, network traffic, and users' activities, and we map everything to MITRE threat life stages as an attack. And also, out of the box, there would be the list of standard use cases like Snort, Yara rules, Sigma rules, Suricata, Pro, Zeek, or other vendors like Splunk if you're migrating from Splunk to Anomali. All of that will be available out of the box, not to mention that you will get all the threat intelligence matching use cases. So we do the IOC correlations, we do the threat actors matching, campaign matching, TTP matches, and also vulnerability and asset management on the platform itself. We are releasing a new EBA module, and with the UEBA, it will be used to analyze the user's activities to detect an insider activity or insider user. And what I mean by this is that we will do profiling for every user that you have inside your environment. We will learn what the normal activities are and what the abnormal activities are. Then we will alert on anomalies or abnormal activity from any user that deviating from his profile or from any one in the peer group that he works with. As I mentioned before, with Anomaly Security Analytics, you will still benefit from Anomaly App Store. So you can add all the threat intelligence that you wish, from open source threat intelligence or premium sources if you have subscription to any premium vendor that providing threat intelligence, or free stuff provided by Anomaly, or you will get to enable all the paid stuff that's provided by Anomaly as threat feeds and intelligence channels. Not to mention that we can add all the RSS feeds by advisories, news articles, or research centers. So the basic use case that you will get is the threat intelligence matching on Anomaly Security Analytics. So you will get the IOC correlations. You will get all the threat actors that's targeting you. You will get all the campaigns that you are victim. You will get all the procedures matching used by the attackers. And we also do vulnerability management and asset management. But also that comes out of the box are the compliance suites. So the customers are asking for those, and those packages can help those customers and companies assess their compliance level across a variety of industry-specific frameworks. So we have those available out of the box for you. So if you want to assess your compliance level against, let's say, GDPR or HIPAA or ISO 27001 or SOC 2, you can use those compliance suites out of the box to flag any security violations against the security control of those compliance suites. So the platform comes out of the box with a case management system and alert triage. So all the alerts and all the incidents raised by the platform by any use case that's enabled on the platform will be triggered in the case management, where you can follow up on those cases, see who's the owner, what's the severity, what the risk of this case, and who's assigned to it, and you can reassign it to multiple teams and individuals to work on remediating those incidents. The platform comes with a lot of out-of-the-box integrations with your downstream applications and controls, so you can integrate Anomaly Security Analytics with your firewalls, EDR, NDR, even your case management, so you can do bidirectional integrations between Anomaly case management and your third-party case management using the platform integrations. What we do on Anomaly, also we support automation orchestrations, so you can use those source capability using the agentic Copilot that's leveraging the MCP protocol to connect your downstream applications with our LLM Copilot, and also it can help you build automated workbook and playbooks using the platform itself. So what we do is that we incorporate AI and machine learning through all the threat lifecycle, from the early detections for an incident using machine learning baselining and the UEBA that we spoke about. We do triaging for the incident, and we remove the false positive using our Macula AI engine. We help the threat hunters with the investigations using generative AI, Copilot, chat systems, and summarizations using natural language processing. And we also help with the response part using creating dynamic workflows and playbooks and MCP for connecting with the downstream applications. And soon we'll be able to help you with the predictions for potential future attack using the Copilot itself. So let me show you the platform. So the landing page will be the log management, the log sources management. As we said before, it's like an app store that helps you in a very easy way to add your systems to be onboarded to Anomaly Security Analytics. All what you have to do is to select which applications or vendor or technology you're adding to the platform. Then you can get to enter all the basic configurations from the prerequisites to collect the logs from the system, and we'll take care of shipping those logs to our data lake after parsing and normalizing those logs. So once we have the logs onboarded, we have a flexible query language called Anomaly Query Language that you can learn this language and search the logs that we have it onboarded to the system, but you can also interact with the system in your natural language. And the system will take care of converting this natural language query to an AQL query. So you can ask the system to list the top 10 log sources. Then the system will go and convert this NLP query to AQL query, that will do the needful for you. You don't have to learn any complex scripting or any scripting language. And once we have that ready for you, you can go ahead and search to retrieve the top 10 log sources that feeding the platform with logs. Then you can go and build visualizations and reporting around them as needed. So threat hunting also can be done easily using your natural language. So you can ask the platform if you are impacted by MOVEit vulnerability. So you can say, am I affected by MOVEit? And in the same way, the system will convert the NLP query to AQL query, and it will do threat hunting on your behalf to see if you're impacted by any of the IOCs associated with MOVEit vulnerability on the system itself without learning any complex AQL query that's required for doing the threat hunting exercise, as you can see here. So the basic thing you will get after onboarding those logs, that the platform will do the IOC correlation on your behalf in the background. So you'll get the IOC matches. So what I'm getting here is that the top log sources that we found matches against logs coming from them. So I'm getting logs from Fortinet, Microsoft Defender, from a couple of firewalls and web proxies and ADR solutions. This is the intelligence that I match against. This is the source IP in the logs, and this is the destination IP in the logs. And more importantly, I can find the action that was taken by your security control in here. And if you are a threat hunter, and you're hunting against specific threat actor, if it's impacting your organization or not, you can do that from the platform also. So you can ask the platform if we are impacted by APT28. Then the platform will go summarize everything that it knows about APT28. Who is the threat actor? What is the source location that's coming from? What's the target locations? What's the target entities? What other aliases that this threat actor is called by other vendors? And again, we will get all the matches. So all the tools that APT28 are known to the platform, and the logs are available on the platform. So the platform in the background now correlating all the tools used by APT28 against your logs to tell you if you are impacted by the threat actor or not. And as we can see, 22 malwares used by APT28 found in your organizations, that much attack patterns and that much vulnerabilities, and everything is mapped to MITRE framework for your reference. So you will get the simple IOC matches, you will get the threat actor matches, and on top of that, you will get also all the attack pattern matches, all the campaign matches, all the TTP matches. And we do vulnerability matching, and we do asset management. So we can go to your assets, and we can go back for the last 5 years very easily from the platform, and we can focus on your critical assets. And we can see what are the most critical assets that we have with a high risk score. So we can drill down to one of them. And this is my VPN server. And this is the private IP ending with 147. It's very critical asset for me, but unfortunately it has a risk score of 100. And the reason behind that is that between January 2025 and today, almost 2 years worth of data, there was almost 10 million IOC matches where this asset was involved. And in the timeline view, we're talking about 2 years worth of data. We can find when was the first malicious connection, and it was this IP, which is a malware IP, happened in January 2025. And what are the other connections, the malicious one that elevated and happened over the time until today. We can drill down those IOC matches one by one, and we can also find all the vulnerability that was raised and found on this VPN server. But apart from the IOC matches and the threat model matches that we spoke about, we can also do the signature and behavioral based use cases as any SIEM. So we have, as we said, extensive library of the use cases out of the box. So we have the Snort, Yara, Sigma rules, Splunk rules, Suricata, Brozik, AQL, which is Anomali use cases. All of that will be available for you to be used out of the box. So we can go to any of those use cases, and we can see here someone is analyzing if the PowerShell had been used to download weaponized documents from the internet, which will start process on your machine, probably to do command and control connection or do lateral movement to other machines or to gain persistent access on your machine. So everything can be automated to be pre-evaluated against the logs that we receive, or you can evaluate this rule against the logs on demand, as I'm doing now, to show you how we can get some matches. And in no time, I got a couple of matches here against the behavior of this use case here. We can expand one of the matches and see the details. So we can see here that someone started the PowerShell executable. The guy username called George from his desktop. He's leveraging the PowerShell. He's using the attribute of download file. That's the full URI, and that's the executable that was downloaded. Then this was started on his machine with the capability of getting full access to the raw log message of the PowerShell that we onboarded from George machine. So when all the signature and the behavioral and IOC matches use cases are evaluated against your logs, we will get all of that logged in the case management system that we spoke about before. So you can see all the alerts that's being raised on the platform. You can see what's their status, what's their severity, who's the owner, is it assigned to anyone or not, and you can go and manage those alerts and assign it to the right team or individual to work on remediating those incidents. So everything that you've seen on Anomaly Security Analytics is being saved on Anomaly Data Lake. So I will leave you with this dashboard where I'm trying to retrieve last 5 years worth of data. And as you remember, we have really efficient data lake that we save the data on. And that's the main added value for you. So with this, I'm looking for 5 years worth of data without hydration, rehydration, or restoring any logs, reparsing them and making them available for searches. Everything is available, everything is hot. And the platform was able to retrieve that much worth of data in 19 seconds. So every second I'm scanning 17 billion logs, and within 19 seconds I scan almost 300 trillion logs on the platform itself. That was enough to retrieve last 5 years worth of data. Thank you so much for watching.